Alright, guys, I have a confession to make. I actually bought a pair of adult diapers to wear because I kept peeing my pants from all these mind-blowing AI announcements this week. But all jokes aside, OpenAI had a huge announcement yesterday, so check out this video if you haven't already. But the next day, it was Google's turn to shine. They just held their I.O. event and have announced some huge AI updates. Now, let's be honest, it's quite hard to surpass OpenAI's GPT-4o announcement, so I didn't expect much from this. And just to give you a bit of compare and contrast, here's what OpenAI's event looked like. And then here we have Google.
Google! We all ready to do a little Googling?
Is he like having an orgasm or something? No, I'm not trolling you. This is really the opening of Google's I.O. event. I don't know what they were thinking, but it is what it is. Let me know in the comments what would be your initial reaction to this. But anyways, moving on, I'm going to play you some highlights from the event. It's going to be condensed clips because the whole event was 2 hours long. And then afterwards, I'm going to explain each clip in simple terms so you can easily understand. Let's jump right in.
Today, we have some exciting new progress to share about the future of AI assistants that we're calling Project Astra. Building on our Gemini model, we've developed agents that can process information faster by continuously encoding video frames, combining the video and speech input into a timeline of events, and caching this for efficient recall.
So Project Astra is Google's new AI system that is designed to be an AI agent for everything. It's like a super smart assistant that can help you with tasks in your everyday life. Here's how it works.
Okay, let's do some tests. Tell me when you see something that makes sound.
I see a speaker, which makes sound.
What is that part of the speaker called?
That is the tweeter. It produces high-frequency sounds.
Give me a creative alliteration about these.
Creative crayons color cheerfully. They certainly craft colorful creations.
What does that part of the code do?
This code defines encryption and decryption functions. It seems to use AESCBC encryption to encode and decode data based on a key and an initialization vector, IV.
That's right. What neighborhood do you think I'm in?
This appears to be the King's Cross area of London. It is known for its railway station and transportation connections.
I just wanted to pause here and mention how impressive this is to me. It's able to take a random street view and identify it as the King's Cross area of London. But I guess on second thought, it's not that surprising since Google has Google Maps, which is the biggest database of spatial and location data in the world. So if that data were used for training, this AI could very well identify any photos or videos of major locations around the world.
Do you remember where you saw my glasses?
Yes, I do. Your glasses were on the desk near a red apple.
What can I add here to make this system faster?
Adding a cache between the server and database could improve speed.
What does this remind you of?
Schrodinger's cat.
All right, give me a band name for this duo.
Golden Stripes.
Nice. Thanks, Gemini.
Astra uses your phone's camera and microphone to understand the world around you. So for example, if you want to point your phone's camera at something and ask Astra what it is, it can give you a spoken answer of what you're looking at. According to Google, it can recall past interactions to provide more relevant responses. Plus, it's multimodal. That means it can handle multiple types of input like voice, video, and text, and it can respond in real time. So this is very similar to OpenAI's GPT-4o voice assistant demo. It's pretty much the same thing. Both of these are multimodal, both of them can understand voice, video, images, and text, and both can respond in real time. Now I would say Google's Astra is a tad bit slower, but it is still in real time. It's also important to note that Google's Astra is slightly more toned down, whereas OpenAI's GPT-4o, it's just very charismatic and talkative and flirty at times. She really likes to giggle and joke and just talk a lot.
Oh, Rocky, that's quite a statement piece. I mean, you'll definitely stand out.
So if you're not into that and you would like a more refined character, then Google Astra might be a better option for you. And they claim that unlike older AI assistants, which simply retrieve information and offer answers, Astra is designed to have reasoning, planning, and memory capabilities. Now they said that Project Astra is expected to be available on Android phones soon and possibly desktop computers. But the thing I'm excited about the most is actually their demo of this pair of smart glasses. So these smart glasses, first of all, are much cleaner, much more aesthetic than, for example, Apple's Vision Pro, which I would not like to wear outside or even at home. It's just too bulky. I don't like the feel of it. But if I can wear just a normal pair of glasses with this AI assistant built in, I would definitely get one. I think this is a very useful tool. So in a nutshell, Astra is like a super smart friend in your phone or desktop or in your smart glasses. It can see, understand, and help you with your daily tasks.
Today, I'm excited to announce our newest, most capable generative video model called Veo. Veo creates high-quality 1080p videos from text, image, and video prompts. It can capture the details of your instructions in different visual and cinematic styles. You can prompt for things like aerial shots of a landscape or a time-lapse, and further edit your videos using additional prompts. You can use Veo in our new experimental tool called Video FX. We're exploring features like storyboarding and generating longer scenes.
All right, next up we have Veo. So Veo is Google's new AI video generator. It's a direct competitor to OpenAI's Sora. It can generate high-quality 180p resolution videos that go beyond a minute. I'll show you some demos in a second, but the videos it creates are consistent and coherent. So people, animals, and objects move realistically throughout the shots. Now, if you try to use it on the AI Test Kitchen, you can see that it's not available for use yet. So right now, only a small group of creators can use it in private preview, but you can sign up and join the waitlist. So I'll link to this page in the description below. Anyways, here are a few examples from their site. So here the prompt is, a lone cowboy rides his horse across an open plain at beautiful sunset, soft light, warm colors. And I must say, this is very coherent. We don't get any of those like weird hallucinations. The person and the horse remains consistent throughout the entire scene. I must say, this is as good as Sora. So here's another one. A fast tracking shot down a suburban residential street lined with trees. Daytime with a clear blue sky, saturated colors, high contrast. Again, this looks really realistic to me. I really can't pick out any flaws with this. Next up, extreme close-up of chicken and green pepper kebabs grilling on a barbecue with flames. Shallow focus and light smoke, vivid colors. You can see it follows this prompt perfectly. So the depth of field is shallow, as specified in the prompt. Again, these look like real kebabs. I can't find any flaws with this. Very consistent. Here's another example, time-lapse of the northern lights dancing across the Arctic sky, stars twinkling, snow-covered landscape. Again, I can't find any flaws with this. This is super realistic. It definitely destroys the existing video generators out there that we can use, for example, Pika Labs and Runway Gen 2. All right, next one. This is very similar to OpenAI's drone shot as well. So this is an aerial shot of a lighthouse standing tall on a rocky cliff. Its beacon cutting through the early dawn. Waves crash against the rocks below. super, super realistic. I must say, this is a very close competitor to Sora. Here's another example, many spotted jellyfish pulsating underwater. Their bodies are transparent and glowing in deep ocean. Again, I really can't find any flaws with this. This definitely does look like a realistic video of jellyfish floating in the ocean. Here's another one, time-lapse of a common sunflower opening, dark background. And then this one, the prompt is extreme close-up of a shallow depth of field of a puddle in a street, reflecting a busy futuristic Tokyo city with bright neon signs, night, lens flare. It does follow the prompt very well. This is shallow depth of field of a puddle in the street, and in the background, there is a busy futuristic Tokyo city. You can also edit an existing video by adding or removing objects, as you can see here. So this original video is just a drone shot along the Hawaii jungle coastline, sunny day. And then here, it's kind of taking the same video, but now it's adding kayaks in the water. So you can see this mountain and the coast is kind of the same, but now it has added a few kayaks in the water. So you can kind of add and edit objects in the video just by prompting it further. Here it says, in addition, it supports masked editing. So this is basically in-painting, where you can mask out specific objects or parts in a video. And as Demis showed in the keynote, you can also extend videos. All right, next up we have Trillium.
Today, we are excited to announce the 6th generation of TPUs called Trillium. Trillium delivers a 4.7x improvement in compute performance per chip over the previous generation. It's our most efficient and performant TPU today. We'll make Trillium available to our cloud customers in late 2024. Alongside our TPUs, we are proud to offer CPUs and GPUs to support any workload. That includes the new Axion processors we announced last month, our first custom ARM-based CPU with industry-leading performance and energy efficiency. We are also proud to be one of the first cloud providers to offer NVIDIA's cutting-edge Blackwell GPUs available in early 2025.
So Trillium is their 6th generation of TPUs, or tensor processing units. I'm sure you know of CPUs and GPUs. Well, the TPU is another type of processing unit, but this is optimized for AI and machine learning. In other words, it's really efficient at running matrix multiplication. So this is Google's own AI chip, if you will. This is designed in-house. This is different from what NVIDIA has. Now, the crazy thing about this is Trillium achieves a 4.7 times increase in peak compute performance compared to the previous generation, the TPU V5e. This means it can process a lot more data in less time. Plus, these Trillium TPUs are 67% more energy efficient than the previous model TPU V5e. The crazy thing is they only announced the V5e during their previous event earlier this year, and the V5e has 2.5 times higher performance than its predecessor, the TPU V4. Plus, it costs less than half of the V4. So it's crazy impressive that in just a month, they've already unveiled the next generation of TPU, which they called Trillium. So they said that these TPUs will be available later this year and also in early 2025. They will offer these NVIDIA Blackwell GPUs to their customers. This is the cutting edge, the most powerful processing unit for AI and machine learning. It's really hard to get your hands on one of these Blackwell GPUs. And so Google's enterprise customers, if they want to train their own AI models or fine-tune existing models, they can take advantage of this NVIDIA Blackwell unit.
One of the most exciting transformations with Gemini has been in Google Search. In the past year, we've answered billions of queries as part of her search generative experience. People are using it to search in entirely new ways and asking new types of questions, longer and more complex queries, even searching with photos, and getting back the best the web has to offer. We've been testing this experience outside of labs, and we are encouraged to see not only an increase in search usage, but also an increase in user satisfaction. I'm excited to announce that we'll begin launching this fully revamped experience, AI Overviews, to everyone in the US this week, and we'll bring it to more countries soon.
So this was showcasing their AI model called Gemini being integrated into Google search. Now this is nothing new. They've been showcasing this in their previous events as well. For example, during the Samsung Galaxy S24 launch. Basically, this is an AI that helps summarize results from Google search. It's nothing amazing, but it's just an additional AI helper to give you more information and context based on your Google search results.
I'm going to take a video and ask Google, why will this not stay in place? And in a near instant, Google gives me an AI overview. I guess some reasons this might be happening and steps I can take to troubleshoot. So looks like first, this is called a toner, very helpful. And it looks like it may be unbalanced, and there's some really helpful steps here. And I love that because I'm new to all this, I can check out this helpful link from Audio-Technica to learn even more.
This is a new feature called Ask with Video, where Gemini can analyze your camera in real time on your phone, plus it can understand voice commands and spit out a search result with more information.
With Gemini, you're making that a whole lot easier. Say you're at a parking station ready to pay. Now you can simply ask photos. It knows the cars that appear often, it triangulates which one is yours, and just tells you the license plate number. You can even follow up with something more complex. Show me how Lucia's swimming has progressed. Here, Gemini goes beyond a simple search, recognizing different contexts, from doing laps in the pool to snorkeling in the ocean. We are rolling out Ask Photos this summer with more capabilities to come.
All right, so here they announced that Gemini is now integrated with Google Photos, so you can essentially ask AI anything about your photos, and it knows how to identify people and objects, such as your car's license plate, inside your photos and answer your question. And this is actually quite a powerful feature. So instead of manually trying to find a photo, you can just ask it, find me the photo that I took in the Mexican restaurant that I went to 2 weeks ago. And it can analyze your entire photo album and find those photos for you. It's actually a very efficient tool.
Multimodality radically expands the questions we can ask and the answers we will get back. Long context takes this a step further, enabling us to bring in even more information. Hundreds of pages of text, hours of audio, a full hour of video, or entire code repos. So you need a 1 million token context window, now possible with Gemini 1.5 Pro. I'm excited to announce that we are bringing this improved version of Gemini 1.5 Pro to all developers globally. Gemini 1.5 Pro with 1 million context is now directly available for consumers in Gemini Advanced and can be used across 35 languages. So today, we are expanding the context window to 2 million tokens. This represents the next step on our journey towards the ultimate goal of infinite context.
All right, so the context window is basically how much data you can feed to your AI model at once. Previously, Gemini 1.5 Pro's context window is 1 million tokens. This is already huge. So for example, you can feed it an hour of video or 30,000 lines of code or over 700,000 words in the prompt. But today they've announced that they will increase this further to 2 million tokens. So basically double the limit that you see here. I don't think this would be particularly useful for everyday usage. For example, if you just want to ask it a simple question, but if you are trying to debug code, for example, you can paste pretty much your entire code base into this so that it has the whole picture of, the project that you're working on. Or if you want to analyze a super long research paper or a super long video, then this is where this huge context window becomes useful. You can just fit the whole thing into this 2 million token context window.
Notebook LM is going to take all the materials on the left as input and output them into a lively science discussion personalized for him.
So let's dive into physics. What's on deck for today?
Well, we're starting with the basics. Force and motion.
Okay.
And that, of course, means we have to talk about Sir Isaac Newton and his 3 laws of motion.
And what's amazing is that my son and I can join into the conversation and steer it whichever direction we want. When I tap, join.
Hold on, we have a question. What's up, Josh?
Yeah, can you give my son Jimmy a basketball example?
Hey, Jimmy, that's a fantastic idea. Basketball is actually a great way to visualize force and motion. Let's break it down.
Okay, so first, imagine a basketball just sitting there on the court. It's not moving, right? That's because all the forces acting on it are balanced. The downward pull of gravity.
It connected the dots and created that age-appropriate example for him.
All right, here they showcased NoteLM. This is actually an awesome way to study or learn something. So let's say you have a bunch of lecture notes or documents. You can simply plug it into this notebook LM, and then from these documents, the AI will generate a conversation which talks about whatever you uploaded. And so you can join in the conversation, you can ask it questions, and this is a good verbal way to learn something without you having to manually look through a ton of documents.
Today, I'm so excited to introduce Imagen 3. Imagen 3 is more photorealistic. You can literally count the whiskers on its snout, with richer details, like this incredible sunlight in the shot, and fewer visual artifacts or distorted images. You can sign up today to try Imagen 3 in ImageFX, part of our suite of AI tools at labs.google.
All right, they also announced Imagen 3. So around a month ago, they announced Imagen 2, which I did a review video on, and it kind of sucked. So it's still really bad with hands and fingers. It can't generate guitars very well. It can't generate anime. It's just not as good as the examples that they showcased. So it seems like for Imagen 2, on their landing page, they were just cherry picking the examples. Well, right now we have Imagen 3, and I might do a review video on this soon, so stay tuned for that. Let me know if you want me to make this video. But I'll just show you a few examples right now. This looks super realistic. You can see the balloons here, it's not really correct. It's kind of missing this side. Same with over here. This origami bird soaring through a cityscape, this looks very realistic. Can't point out any flaws with this. 3 women standing together laughing, with one woman slightly out of focus in the foreground. The sun is setting behind the woman, creating a lens flare and a warm glow that highlights their hair and creates a bokeh effect. You can see it's following the prompt exactly. If you've played around with existing image generation tools like Stable Diffusion or Midjourney, they're actually not that good at following the prompt exactly. So this is a major improvement. Here you can see it can generate 2D images as well. So the prompt is a wooden mech robot covered in flowering vines, field of tall wildflowers, small bluebird resting on its outstretched hand, digital cartoon with warm colors and soft lines. A large cliff with a waterfall looms behind. Again, it just follows the prompt perfectly. Here we have a real-life dragon resting peacefully in a zoo, curled up next to its pet sheep. As I've demonstrated with Imagen 2, it actually works very well with animals, so I can expect the same for Imagen 3. You can see this sheep is very realistic. Here, the prompt is a view of a person's hand holding a eucalyptus sprig, which I have no idea what this is. If there's any botany experts watching this video, let me know if this is indeed a eucalyptus sprig. But the hand looks very realistic. It has 5 fingers, there's no deformities, this looks like a real hand. Now again, they could be just cherry picking this example, so I'm probably going to do a review video on Imagen 3 where I actually test out its capabilities and see if I can actually generate a realistic hand. So stay tuned for that. But note that if this is true, then this is massive, because even the best image generators out there like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion 3, to this date, they are not able to generate realistic looking hands without any deformed fingers or extra fingers. So I would love to finally have an AI image generator that can generate perfect hands and fingers. So there's more examples here. This is a claymation scene, so everything indeed looks like it's made of clay. This is very good. Here is an elephant amigurumi, which looks like this, by the way. So I would say this is also very accurate. And wow, look at this. I really like this photo. So here is a person's hand as they hold a little clay figurine of a bird in their hand and sculpt it with a modeling tool. So first of all, again, both hands look perfect. They have 5 fingers. This does look like he is sculpting this clay figurine. Plus you can even see like some powder on his fingers from modeling this clay. So overall, this looks very realistic. It's also great with text. So it can generate comics really well. Here's another example where it just aces the text. I'm glad to finally see an image generator that can do text well. And by the way, OpenAI's GPT-4o can also generate text well. But before these 2 announcements this week, even the best model, which is Stable Diffusion 3, sometimes fails at generating text. So this is a big breakthrough in the world of image generation.
It looks like there's an email thread on this with lots of emails that I haven't read. And luckily for me, I can simply tap the summarize option up top and skip reading this long back and forth. Now, Gemini pulls up this helpful mobile card as an overlay. And this is where I can read a nice summary of all the salient information that I need to know. Now, I can simply type out my question right here in the mobile card and say something like, compare my roof repair bids by price and availability. This new Q&A feature makes it so easy to get quick answers on anything in my inbox without having to first search Gmail, then open the email, and then look for the specific information and attachments and so on. I see some suggested replies from Gemini. Now, here I see I have declined the service, suggest a new time. These new capabilities in Gemini and Gmail will start rolling out this month to Labs users. It's got a PDF that's an attachment from a hotel as a receipt, and I see a suggestion in the side panel. Help me organize and track my receipts. Step 1, create a Drive folder and put this receipt and 37 others it's found into that folder. Step 2, extract the relevant information from those receipts in that folder into a new spreadsheet. Gemini offers you the option to automate this so that this particular workflow is run on all future emails. Gemini does the hard work of extracting all the right information from all the files and in that folder and generates this sheet for you. Show me where the money is spent. Gemini not only analyzes the data from the sheet, but also creates a nice visual to help me see the complete breakdown by category. This particular ability will be rolling out to Labs users this September.
So if you've watched my video on their previous event, these updates aren't really new. So basically they're integrating Gemini into Google Workspace for Enterprise, so you can have an AI assistant across your Google apps like Gmail, Google Docs, Google Drive, and more.
And this summer, you can have an in-depth conversation with Gemini using your voice. We're calling this new experience Live. When you go live, you'll be able to open your camera so Gemini can see what you see and respond to your surroundings in real time.
So this is basically repeating that the new feature of you talking to an AI assistant in real time will be available in an Android app, so you can use this on your phone. So you can turn on your camera, show it your surroundings, and talk to this AI in real time. You can also use it as a desktop app, as you can see here.
Hey, Gemini. I'm currently watching a Google I/O keynote right now. You want to watch it with me?
Sure, I'd love to watch it with you. What's happening in the keynote?
Well, what does it look like? What does it look like they're announcing right now?
It looks like they are announcing Gemini 1.5 Flash. The speaker is talking about its speed and efficiency in comparison to the Pro model.
What are the other features?
It looks like Gemini 1.5 Flash is optimized for tasks where low latency and high efficiency matter most.
Cool.
The screen also showed...
Oh yeah, sorry, I interrupted you. Keep going.
That's all right. What were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about the capabilities of 1.5 Flash. Do you remember?
Yes, we were discussing the new Gemini model and its efficiency and speed.
So we're rolling out a new feature that lets you customize it for your own needs and create personal experts on any topic you want. We're calling these gems. Just tap to create a gem, write your instructions once, and come back whenever you need it. For example, here's a gem that I created that acts as a personal writing coach. It specializes in short stories with mysterious twists, and it even builds on the story drafts in my Google Drive. Gems will roll out in the coming months.
So this gem feature seems to me like a custom GPT. It's basically an agent which has a predefined prompt which you can use for a specific task. Nothing extraordinary, this isn't really a breakthrough, but it's just an additional feature which you can use to make your workflow more efficient. Anyways, that sums up the major highlights of Google's I/O event. They kind of announced a lot of new features, a lot of new names, so I hope after watching this video, you get a better understanding of what's going on. But I have to say, this is quite confusing. Let me know what you think of all of this. Out of all these announcements, which one is your favorite feature? I think for me, it's got to be this Veo AI video generator, which looks as good as OpenAI's Sora. But I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.